I rise today on behalf of the California Legislative Jewish Caucus in support of AJR 46. I want to thank my colleague from San Diego for bringing forward this important resolution, which speaks directly to the values of compassion and decency that we as Californians hold dear. I also wanted to thank and recognize our Attorney General Javier Becerra and his staff for the litigation they have brought challenging the administration's immoral and unconstitutional zero-tolerance policy, and for their continued efforts to defend our California values. In addition to being contrary to California values, the separation of families is also deeply antithetical to Jewish values. And with permission, I'd like to read from a letter that was sent by a coalition of 27 national Jewish organizations in opposition to this policy.
Without objection.
We write to express our strong opposition to the recently expanded zero-tolerance policy that includes separating children from their migrant parents when they cross the border. This policy undermines the values of our nation and jeopardizes the safety and well-being of thousands of people. As Jews, we understand the plight of being an immigrant fleeing violence and oppression. We believe that the United States is a nation of immigrants, and how we treat the stranger reflects on the moral values and ideals of this nation. Many of these migrant families are seeking asylum in the United States to escape violence in Central America. Taking children away from their families is unconscionable. Such practices inflict unnecessary trauma on parents and children, many of whom have already suffered traumatic experiences. This added trauma negatively impacts physical and mental health, including increasing the risk of early death. Our Jewish faith demands of us concern for the stranger in our midst. Our own people's history as strangers reminds us of the many struggles faced by immigrants today and compels our commitment to an immigration system in this country that is compassionate and just. We urge you to immediately rescind the zero-tolerance policy and uphold the values of family unity and justice on which our nation was built. In short, for a community where there is often debate on controversial issues, there is broad consensus in the Jewish community that the zero-tolerance policy is contrary to our nation's highest traditions.